What's up, y'all? Welcome back to our channel. I'm Paris K,
And I am Lady J.
and we are two in sync. You guys, welcome back to another video.
Another episode. It's episode 2 of what we did, episode 1 of today.
Oh, but all together, it's the third.
No, this gonna really be like number 4. That's why you shouldn't say welcome to our video.
Okay.
This is an episode that they getting content that's created by content creators.
Okay. I can take that. I can definitely take that. And that just leads me.
That leads you to what?
Our topic today. And the topic I just wanted to talk about was the power of patience.
Let's talk about it.
Yes. So being friends with you, you know I gotta have patience, right?
That's such a deep cut. You just cut me.
Yeah.
You slash me up here. You just cut me up. Why you gotta have so much patience with me? I'm difficult.
You are not the same person that I am, and I think you have to have patience with anybody, period, including yourself.
But you don't want somebody that's exactly like you.
Exactly. I'm not saying it's a bad thing that you're not. I'm just enlightening the people. Bro, when having any type of relationship in your life, you're going to have some patience. But I was just letting them know that being your friend,
it sounds so bad.
it's like,
It sounds so
oh
bad.
my gosh, I have to die to myself.
Wow.
You don't agree with me?
I don't know how I'm supposed to take this. It sounds very bad.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Wow. And then
Yes.
these little comebacks you got every time I say something. It's a
Jasmine, just like I gotta have patience with you, can you think of a time where you had to have patience with Paris?
every day.
That's all I'm trying to say. Like, y'all, she's
But I
probably
told
taking...
you why I have to have patience with you. Remember, everything goes back to your communication skills. I'm patient with your lack of communication skills. Like, I have to deal with that on a daily basis. Every single day, I have to deal with that. There is not a day that goes by. Don't you think that requires patience?
Yeah. And so that's all I'm saying is that in any relationship in your life, it's going to require patience. And I was just highlighting the fact that even in this friendship right here, we be having to have patience straight up because it's not going to work if neither one of us have patience.
It's not. It wouldn't.
It can't.
Okay, I'll take what you're saying now because it really
She
sounded
took
like
it
a jab.
personal, dog.
It sounded like it felt
Ain't
like a
y'all
jab.
see that? Did y'all see that? I even have to...
Patience. Okay, so since we were just talking about ourselves, but how would you incorporate that with your relationships with other people? Do you have to have patience with people when you in the grocery store? Or that them folks don't bother you, them folks?
Oh man, I gotta have patience in the grocery store, on the road, on the job. Sometimes leaving the church parking lot.
Ooh, I know you ain't talking about I Thrive.
I'm talking about I Thrive. They have a really good system on how they need you to leave, but just being honest and transparent. Anybody there has to have patience. You have to wait on a line, or you may have to be courteous enough to let somebody out. You just gotta have some kind of patience.
I think you gotta have some. You need to have some pep in your step. If you the first one out the door, get to your car, you'll be the first one out the parking lot.
That's true, but not all the time will that be the case.
Obviously, see. Now, they get to see what I deal with.
Well, me too. Well, you know what?
Your eyes just went so many different directions just then. And you don't even realize it, do you?
The importance of me bringing up patience is because I lack communication and patience, and so do you.
What part? I don't lack communication.
You don't. So you're perfect.
No,
Is there room for improvement?
it is, but I don't. It's not an area that I
The people
really.
want to know.
You have said yourself that I'm pretty much a very good communicator.
And at times
You can't take that away from me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take that away from
All
you.
right. So
And
why
at times you can lack communication. Not perfect in it. It's still room for improvement.
All right.
All that to say, you guys, before starting this video, we had some technical difficulties. She probably think I'm stabbing her right in the chest, but
she been slashing me since the video started.
I've had my time where I was sitting here getting slashed too. But I'm just saying that, you know, I just realized like Jasmine was finna give up.
When I was finna give up?
With recording on your
I thought my phone was finna be.
Yeah, and your attitude shifted slightly.
Tell me how my attitude shifted.
When the device had cut off, you just
sometimes, Paris, okay, you have to keep yourself from getting upset. You have to just.
I can agree to that.
You know, you have to just do that. I actually practiced a coping skill just then.
Okay.
To keep myself from getting to that point that you think that I was already at, that I wasn't even there yet.
Okay, I can't argue with that.
It's nothing to, you can't.
I agree with that actually. That sometimes you do gotta take a deep breath and just relax.
Yeah. Do you feel like when you get angry or you get upset that you take it out on other people?
Right now, today, or have I done that?
Right now, today.
I probably can.
I think you do.
Okay.
I think you do it at
Enlighten
work,
me.
unintentionally.
Enlighten me.
I think that if you're bothered, like most people, it shows, and you're not purposely trying to be rude or mean or make somebody feel some type of way, but because you wear your emotions on your face, a person is gonna easily be like, ooh, Paris Paris ain't good today. Same with me.
I'm glad you said that. Same with you. But I totally agree. And a lot of times there may be intent behind the way my body language is. So if I'm not in a good mood and I am kind of standing firm and I'm not making eye contact, I feel like that should be a sign to someone who is getting ready to come over there and gossip or ask me for something.
Don't come over here.
Yeah, just probably should keep walking. I would think it doesn't always, people don't always take that and say, oh, let me not mess with her. They still come. But I just use that as a like.
You feel like your demeanor should be the dead giveaway to don't bother you in that moment.
Yeah.
But everybody can read your demeanor.
Exactly.
Especially with a mask on.
Some people don't care, even if the mask is off.
Now that's weird.
Some people don't care.
Why would you want to bother somebody that look like they not in a good mood?
That's probably why. Let me bother her.
I believe in giving people space.
Everybody.
If I feel like something wrong with you, I may pry and try to ask you what's going on. But if you don't want to tell me, I'm gonna let it go.
That's deep because. Oh wow.
That's deep.
Yeah. I said that was deep because I was just gonna let it go, but let me just confess or just tell what happened. So recently, I had an encounter with someone who wasn't in the mood, or
Okay.
they wasn't well, feeling well.
They were sick.
Yes, and so I wasn't in the mood as well. So because I was so, the word is not guarded, but I told you how I can change my body language to like, don't fool with me. I didn't even realize that they wasn't feeling well. I just totally looked past it.
Okay, you weren't aware that they weren't feeling well, but what did you do?
So I feel if I could take some responsibility and hold
Come on
myself
with
accountable,
accountability.
I feel that I should have humbled myself enough to be considerate of somebody else, even though I wasn't in the mood. But because I was so in my
What got you into that?
little mood,
Yeah, in the first place.
probably just came in with it, but it was more so of I don't have a nasty attitude. I'm not upset. But right now, I'm trying to get this together and I'm just trying to set my tone for the day. Let me do that first before
you tend
get
to
the
somebody
energy.
else.
Yeah. And at that time I should have broke that to realize somebody else may need my help, my support, or my attention.
You just led me to another conversation.
Okay.
This finna get deep.
Uh-oh.
Are you ready to
I
swim?
was. Till you told me how deep.
We finna go about 10 feet.
Oh. Ouch.
10 feet under this water. Okay.
Y'all, I get so nervous.
So, how do you feel about like tending to other people's problems, okay? When you may be going through something yourself. I told you we finna get deep. How can you navigate that when you're dealing with something yourself, but say your friend, say me, for example, because I'm the perfect example. Say I'm going through something and I need to talk to you. You going through something, but I don't know about it because you haven't told me.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you tell a person that you can't help them in that moment? Or that you're not available at that moment, like you're not in the right headspace to help them? How do you do it?
I honestly, if I can be honest, I think that would be a good question for you, because you're more likely to be able to tell somebody that you can't, like let me put it this way. You can communicate that better than I can. I'm still working on that. So I honestly wouldn't know what to do. I would probably do the opposite of what I'm supposed to do. So I would ask you, what would I do personally if you came to me with a problem and I already you came to me with something, yes, and I'm already dealing with something.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't let you know that I was dealing with something.
You would just try to help me?
Yeah.
You would put your problem to the side?
Yeah.
Or to the back burner for that moment, if you can?
Yeah. I definitely put it on the back burner instead of, which can be unhealthy.
So why wouldn't you tell me about your problem?
I need therapy. I think, let me answer the question and then I want to get back to you on what's the best way to do that. I wouldn't tell you about my problem is because, let me just expose my scars. I told you this before, but I don't think they know. I never knew how to tell somebody that, hey, I'm not feeling too well. Hey, this hurts. Hey, I'm going through this, because it was never expressed to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. So growing up, nobody as far as close people to me never showed their pain. Like they never told me what they was going through. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really
from being around them that it was something going on, or you never knew?
it's a thing where you would never know what's going on. You probably could sense that something is,
but you don't know what it
but you
is.
wouldn't know what it. You wouldn't
So
know.
because of that's how your upbringing was. It's
I-
now in your adulthood.
Yeah, so that's
So
probably why if you were to ask me something, I mean, if you were to come to me for help and I needed help too, you probably would know that. I think that's happened before with us.
Has it?
Like, I feel like when we recently was on the phone and you was telling me something, you was going through something, and I'm like, you don't even know. Like, I had recently had just got done crying, but I was still on the phone.
Wow.
That's deep.
You were crying before we got on the phone?
Crying my eyes out, and I was just kept like, okay, let me, so she won't hear it in my voice. But I did express to you while we was on the phone, like, I did say something in the gist of, like, you just don't know, I'm going through it too. But I wouldn't reveal to you that part, that hurting part of me. I think it's a form of protection. It's like, it's nothing you can do about it anyway.
In your mind, there's nothing I can do about it.
Right. In my mind. And we just talked about that at church as well. You know, if help is available,
Come on.
you know, go ahead and use it. So that was for me. But to get back to the question, what would be the proper way to communicate that? How could I better?
I was asking you because I'm curious about it myself. You think that I have all the answers. Well, not that I literally have all the answers, but you think that I would have been able to communicate that better than you. And in reality,
Okay.
if I'm going through something and you come to me, it really depends on what I'm going through. Like, if it's really bad, then I don't know how I'm going to help you and help myself at the same time.
But the question, how do you communicate that?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I would be able to be like, Paris, not today. I can't. Like, I don't know what I would say to you.
And you know what? I think I have a fear of that. That at the time where I do need you and you say not today, that's what I fear as well. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know. I don't think I would say it in that
right,
in
but
those
I'm saying
words,
in
but
general.
not being able to do anything. That's the fear for you. Like, if I tell Jasmine this,
You're gonna say ain't nothing I can do. Like, I can't help you, or not right now. Either one of those is like back to that fear of rejection. It's like,
okay, so if I communicate to you that, Paris, no matter what you're going through, you can always come to me, that still is not enough reassurance for you to come to me.
talk is cheap.
Talk is cheap, but dog, do you trust me?
I think you really can't trust nobody if you don't really even trust your own self.
Wow, that's deep.
She feels some type of way.
So you don't trust people.
Easily. I don't think nobody does, right? Some people do, huh?
You trust some people.
I don't trust nobody easily.
Do you trust people in general, period? Not easily. Take the word easily out of it. Do you trust people?
I do not trust people.
Dog.
Is this about like can we...
Why don't you trust people? I'm learning that. Yeah, I don't trust people like 100%. No, but I trust you. It's certain things that I don't trust you with, but it's certain things that I do.
I'm surprised that you even trust me.
You're in my home right now. If I didn't trust you, you wouldn't be in here. That's a form of trust.
Right, but just for somebody to say they even trust me, period, is like, wow, you do?
Yeah.
Not that I don't feel as if I'm worthy. I'm just amazed that somebody's just like, wow, you can trust people?
Because you don't trust nobody.
Pretty much.
That's crazy. I mean, it's interesting. It's very interesting. I don't know how I would be able to effectively communicate with you that I am going through something, so I cannot help you.
I think that's the perfect way to say it. Literally. But I think we overthink it to try to be considerate of somebody else's feelings so that they won't feel bad about you not being able to help. But I think it's as simple as that, though.
But honestly, me being who I am, I know that I would at least try. I feel like I
See,
would
that's
try.
the difference.
I feel like I would try. Like, she just don't know, but let me try to give her some advice. Let me try.
You wouldn't even, but you would tell me that you was going through something.
I don't. It depends on what it is.
Okay.
Because I can't share everything with everybody.
Yeah.
And some stuff you gotta keep to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, you know that already.
The shade,
Crying your eyes out. I had no clue.
Like a newborn baby. I was so, and I was just trying to make sure you didn't hear it in my voice. But when I talked to you, I came with, I think that was the night that I ended up praying.
Well, I said, go ahead and pray before we get off the phone.
Because something was going on with, I just remember that I ended up being the one praying, and
was this a day that
you had something going on at work?
I did.
Just like, I ain't gonna get specific, but as far as like,
I had no clue that you was sad. I couldn't pick up on nothing.
I know that's the
so
goal.
you're a good actress.
Very good actress.
You're calling. You got so many different skill sets.
I think you learn how to mask your emotions to continue to push forward when you grow up like me.
So neither one of us know how we would tell each other that we ain't got the time today. Get somebody else to do it.
Get somebody else to do it. I think it would have to be as simple as, I think we overthinking it. I think it's literally gonna have to be like that.
I'm still tripping off. You don't trust me.
Wow, because I think you're taking it personal.
Why wouldn't I? How am I supposed to take it?
Because I apply it to anyone, and you think I'm just.
But what about me don't you trust?
It's not like, oh, I can't leave my phone or my money or my purse around her. It's not that. Not. But
you always think somebody's gonna like betray you. Like,
you want to talk about that? You want to talk about that?
That's the fear. You're living in fear, and I rebuke that in the name of Jesus.
In Jesus' name. And just like me, though, a lot of viewers are doing the same thing. It's a common thing, but you wouldn't know that that's what you're doing until you come to that realization yourself, or if somebody like Jasmine come and remind you that that's what's going on.
I'm glad I'm able to help.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll accept your help while it's available.
I be asking God to use me all the time, child.
Me too.
So
I'm glad to use you too.
I'm glad to see he working. But yeah, you got to chill on that, because there's nothing to be afraid of, especially if you got people around you that really like genuinely care about you.
It's hard to decipher or determine who's really there when
have I not shown you?
You lack detection of who's good and who's bad.
You don't
who's
know.
Capable. It's like when you're so kind-hearted, you can lack detection of that. It's a part of my book. It's a page in my book that speaks on that a lot, though.
Therapy. I feel like we having a therapy session right now.
That's good.
I hope that
heartfelt when that heart in it.
It's helping me to understand you a little bit better too.
Excuse me, y'all. We talk like this all the time, and you act like this is old, way so brand new information.
I did not know you did not trust me. No, that's new information.
Personal. She's stuck on the same.
That you don't trust people like at all. Like, this is new information.
So, have you? I think majority of the people in my life have gave me a reason not to trust them, especially ones that I let in closely. So my question is, have you experienced that same thing? Because you could have, and just
Or somebody betrayed me. Betrayed my
multiple
trust.
people that you let in closely.
Multiple people. Like at around the same time, or just multiple people in general.
Just people that you let in closely.
The dudes that I dated, they've all. They're the reason why I have trust issues in relationships. I don't know. As far as like friendships, it's mostly just that season was up. It wasn't no like.
Yeah, I think it's the way you perceive it. You perceive that as, like you just said, the season was up.
Mm-hmm.
And I perceive that it's like, okay, let's put it like this. You perceived it in a positive way. Oh, that season was just up. It just wasn't for me.
Correct.
And I perceived it as, oh, like, oh man, again, or maybe God doesn't love me. Yeah,
Another disappointment.
Yeah. So mine's more so in a negative perception. So back to renewing your mind. Okay.
I was just finna get there.
Please.
Come on.
Yeah, you have
If you know that your way of thinking or your old way of thinking is still like your current thinking is still similar to the old way, and the old way wasn't working, why haven't you transformed?
Right. And so, to answer your question, the renewing of your, let me speak for Paris. Me renewing my mind is not overnight for me. So it's a process that I'm going through. So, for an example, if I can take us, as far as me not trusting people at all, I have lowered that guard down, or I have lowered that down to where it's little by little and step by step. It's not like, oh, I just completely, like each and every time we speak, I get to try to trust you even more. So I've gotten to show you.
It can't be at one time.
Definitely not. You crazy. That's how I done lost these foods the first time, or I've allowed people to. I don't put all your eggs in one basket. You just gradually.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna pray about this off camera because
Jasmine,
I can't have you out here
not
like
trusting you.
so fearful of
Betrayal.
the unknown, because you don't know who was gonna do what, but you're fearful of what they could do.
Yeah, that's real, and I'm not afraid to acknowledge
you think
that.
somebody gonna leave you?
Well, it's different when that's all you ever experience from friends, from males, from family, from.
You have abandonment issues.
We discovered this. They ain't gonna get to read the book. They ain't gonna read the book if you tell them everything that's it. And the crazy thing is, I cannot wait to. It'll come a time where it's just gonna be. But what about Jasmine?
What about me? Let's talk about me.
What do you suffer from? Is there anything in life that you have a fear of? Because I'm not gonna just
I'm
take it and say
to lose nobody.
no. I didn't ask you what you're not. What do you fear?
What do I fear?
Yeah.
Like literally, as in afraid of, or
What are you afraid of? And when I say that, I'm not talking about, well, I am scared of spiders. No, because she is. But I mean, like, what do you fear? Like, I'm afraid that I will never. I'm afraid. What is it? Because you are human, and something. Because fear at the same time is what kind of can keep you going. It's an awareness in your body, okay? But anyway, I know there's got to be something out there
that I fear.
for sure.
So you wouldn't believe me if I said I fear nothing.
I wouldn't believe you.
Wow, you really need to work on your trust.
That ain't got nothing to do with
yes,
trust.
it do.
That's discernment. I don't believe. That ain't what like. Oh, I just truly don't believe that there's just somebody out there and that's probably gonna get.
I believe that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
I do too, and there's
So
still.
what am I supposed to be fearing?
I'm not saying you're supposed to.
What? Why would I fear anything if I believe that scripture?
Because it happens sometimes.
What if that sometimes it's not for me
So in your life, you don't fear anything.
right now? No, I don't fear nothing right now. And you just don't believe that.
It's probably hard for me to believe because I fear so much. But I just feel like as a human, period, everybody in the Bible probably, except for Jesus himself, had a even Jesus, Lord, if you don't want me to go on, I don't mean he was fearful of it, but there is something.
Fear. You think I'm afraid of something.
Fear of.
Okay. The most I can think of seriously is the fact that I know that I have gifts, right? And as much as I try to share this specific gift with the world, it hasn't been really working in my favor. So I fear that maybe that is not my purpose, and that's scary because I feel like it is a gift. So if it's a gift, it's supposed to be given. It's not. I'm not supposed to hold on to a gift. Somebody else is supposed to receive my gift. I'm supposed to give my gift away. So the fear is, I have this gift, but I'm not giving it away, and I can't give it away. Why I'm not able to give it away? Why am I always being held up? What is stopping me? Is God stopping me? Is it the enemy stopping me? That's the only fear that I got going on.
So
that maybe I'm not even supposed to be doing it.
Okay.
Did that help you? Or no?
A little bit. I'm trying to work with you. So you believe that what you're doing could be not what you were called to do? That's
maybe
a fear?
something, because why it ain't working?
Okay. And the thing that you are doing, did you discuss it with our Heavenly Father, or is it something that you believe that you were good at? Like, is it something that was confirmed?
It's definitely a gift, because...
Has it been confirmed?
Yeah.
Okay. And so, the thing that you confirmed to me, God, I'm fearing that it's not working, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, what?
I'm not going to use that word. That's crazy, though. It's like, I mean, but that's realistic. And that's just like you saying, I believe I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. It's like,
but what if he ain't strengthening me in that area? Or
see, but I'm just saying, it's like I believe, but I still fear. You just told me why would I do that. I'm just showing you that sometimes you could do the same thing unintentionally.
You just
okay.
You did that. I give you that.
That's real though, and I just think we all could be doing that same thing. Not to say that it's healthy, because it's like knowing the Word of God and not fully. You'll believe it, and sometimes you have doubt and fears.
It's like I believe it, but it's like, does God have me on pause right now?
Yeah, it feels like that sometimes.
Am I just in a resting? You know how you're traveling somewhere and you get to a rest stop, and you just resting before you get back on the road. Like, where do you have me in this season? Because I'm trying to make things happen, and every time I try to make something happen, it's getting set back. I'm always getting set back.
Would you care to share to them the dream that you had, as far as you were trying to do something and it was revealed to you that, hey, it's danger here, and you know the dream I'm talking about? Please tell me.
The dream about the swimming pool and in the pool.
Yes, and the dude on the side that magically appeared.
Yeah, so as I told you, I had a dream that Girl, now it's hard to remember the dream. Okay, so in the dream, was it like, did I say it was two sides to the pool?
Mhm.
And
You were swimming and you were moving downward, or were you swimming and you were drowning?
no, I wasn't.
Do you remember the moral of the dream?
I remember that there was a guy sitting, you know, on the outside of the pool, and he told me not to get in the water because he said it was a shark
Mhm.
in there. And I felt like that dream was basically telling me, like, God is gonna send you somebody that's gonna intervene, or somebody that's gonna warn you that there's trouble.
Mhm.
What else do you remember me telling you? Because you seem to remember my dream better than I remember my
I
dream.
don't. I maybe okay. I remember there being two sides to a pool, and I feel like you saying you was. I know you had two different dreams about water, but
Yes.
I feel as if you were saying that you were swimming. It was
Was
some.
I going? No, in the other dream.
You was going down.
Yes. But
In the other one, I felt like you were already in the water.
the other dream, I was in the water, and now it was going down.
So this dream you talking about now, you didn't get in the water at all. Felt like you was in the water.
No, I was in one side, but he told me not to get in the other side. Like, it was two separate. I'm calling it a pool, but it was really like a body of water because it was so deep.
Right.
But he told me when I got out, he told me not to go on the other side because it was a shark in there.
Right. And so I was just comparing it to that sometimes like a pause or a stop or like why don't I don't see anything yet. It's like I'm protecting you from something, or I'm saving you from something, or I maybe even hiding you. Not yet, Jasmine. Like
not right now.
Not right now. I'm perfecting the craft. I mean, it's ready, but I'm trying to get you ready, right?
So if that is the case, and that is, that could be what God is doing. It could be not right now. But there's an appointed time.
And come on, appointed.
And I'm trying to prepare you before we take this leap. If I'm already feeling discouraged, I'm not working that gift because I'm feeling like it's not going to work in my favor. I'm no longer putting forth the effort because I feel like maybe this ain't for me. So in this waiting season, if it's a waiting season, I'm not making any progress. So how do I know if I'm waiting or if it's for me or if it's not for me? And I'm praying and I'm still waiting, still.
Right. So I was going back to when you said you did receive confirmation that this is my gift.
I know this is a gift.
And I didn't put it inside you, as you said, for you to hold it. It was to give, right?
Yes.
So
it can't be right now. That must be my answer.
Are you saying why don't I see results if this is the thing that you called me to do?
I haven't been able to make progress in this area. I have not been able to give in that area.
And you also acknowledge that I couldn't be working it to my full potential if I'm worried about what? You couldn't be working this gift. Like you were saying, help me, Holy Spirit. You were saying that I couldn't be doing this thing the best I could if I'm discouraged.
Correct.
Right. And so that's probably.
I know he doesn't want me to be discouraged.
That's what he's working on, though.
Right, but I'm trying. He's working on encouraging me.
for you to be confident in that thing that he called you to do.
I'm extremely confident.
But I'm discouraged. Can a person be confident and discouraged?
I'm confident in my gift. I'm discouraged in the fact that I'm not able to share my gift.
I need you to be confident in the fact that I'm gonna do it at the time that you told me I told.
Okay, I believe him.
Okay.
I don't got to see it to believe it. I know. That's my new mindset. See, it's good to have a Paris in your life that can help you see things in another way.
Yeah, just a friend, period. Preferably me. But
So I appreciate that. You just help me because I'm just like, Lord, if it's for me, it can't nobody take it away. And if this is your will, then let it be done.
And it shall be done, especially if I already told you so. But that's another thing we're gonna pray on before we. And I would say that's another thing I wanted to talk about is the power of prayer. And having someone to pray with.
We talked about that already
On this video? Or before?
on our previous episode.
Oh, we sure did. But to piggyback off of that.
You can piggyback. It don't be redundant.
It's not gonna be
Because I feel like people who watch gonna watch every episode in the name of Jesus.
in Jesus'
They
name.
ain't gonna just be skipping around and be like, y'all just talked about that last week. Now y'all talking about
That's
that
okay
again?
because it's important. That is like the root of our friendship. Like I think that separates our friendships from
Prayer.
oh my gosh, I want to say any friendship that I've ever had, but I ain't gonna be oh my god, I think this might be the first person that I actually pray with all the time on a day-to-day basis, on a daily basis.
Yeah, I've never prayed with nobody on a daily basis like this. So you're the first friend in that category too.
Thank you. But it's important, as we probably stated in the other video, to have a praying friend or somebody who can come with you in prayer. Because honestly,
Somebody. You don't even got to be, like
a
you
friend.
said, you have a mentor.
So it's like, who do you have around you if you're the only one praying? You know what I'm saying?
Where 2 or 3 are gathered,
In His name,
He will surely be.
in the midst.
And that's where He be at. He be all up in the midst.
Yes, every time, all the time, even right now. Anything else you would like to tell the people today?
I think, let me give a word of encouragement.
Okay.
I'm finna encourage myself,
Mm.
and it's gonna help somebody else too. Be still and know that I am God.
If I could run right now, I would. Because as you ministered to yourself, you was ministering to me and other people who were watching. I can take that same advice.
Yes.
Especially as with my gifts and even this whole process we got going on right now. Just do what I told you to do. Let me worry about the outcome.
Come on with it.
But we be so busy trying to worry about how it's gonna work out and when and how many and look, Charlotte, I just told you to
be still.
Be still.
Sit down somewhere.
You are hilarious. Sat down somewhere. That is an awesome, encouraging word and an awesome way to conclude the video, right? So, guys, we hope you enjoyed this episode. We hope you guys come again.
They gonna come back.
We know you guys gonna come back, so we're gonna see you guys next time. I'm Paris K.
And I'm Lady J.
And we are 2 in Sync.